Okay, it's been 2 days and 3 hours, but we still have the clothes on, but we made our little roof now. So when you put your roof on, remember, put your bottom on first, then put your top on, and just slide the one in the middle. And if your edges aren't lining up, and you make a little goof up, and believe me, I still do, the sander, that's going to be your friend. So this is just going to be too cute. So what we can do is, one of the other things that I did was, let's make the second part of this today. I think we have time. And that's going to be the little door on the super. Remember, there's a super, and the bottom is the...
where the queen is.
And the
brood box.
The brood box. Hey, the principal, she got it. That's where the brood box is. That's where the girl stays and lays her eggs. This is where they store their sugar
honey
for the winter. So what I did was, look, I'm just going to turn this around to make it easy. I cut a piece of tin. Let's put this on the side. I cut a piece of tin the same size as these handles, which makes it kind of easy. And then I used a staple gun run by the compressor, and I staple as close to the edge as possible. And I'll show you why I did that in just a minute. So make your little piece of tin, cut it out, and believe me, Mel will tell you that I cannot boil water, but these are William and Sonoma kitchen scissors, and they will cut through tin, they will cut through wire, they will cut through anything, so I've got a pair of those. Alright, so we got this, and we're going to come back now. Let's put our roof on. Look how cool this is getting to be, guys. So we got our roof on now. So this is going to tell us where to put these parts right here. So I've kind of pre-cut these for you. So we're going to put the one at the top across first. Go like that. Get our little nail gun. Just kidding, just kidding. And by the way, I want to mention that this next magazine back here, The Edge of the Lake, did a really nice feature story on the beehives, and they mentioned master gardeners. So that was very, very sweet of them. So we made a little part across the top. So see, now we're covering the edges up so you don't see where we staple it. So it makes it a little bit better. And I can hide these up where I think that they're level. If you want to use a little level, you're more than welcome to. I think this is a little side over here. Let's put this side over here. We're going to hide those staples. So it makes it look pretty good. And we need to make the bottom piece. So to make the bottom piece, it's really simple. Just take a little piece of this strip, put it right here. You may want to let it hang over just a tiny bit. Mark it here. And look at that, man. We get to the point now where we look like we got a nice fancy little door up here. And by the way, it's like 900 degrees out here, but we're doing fine. We're doing fine. So we do need now, we need to put a little strip down the middle, like we have on this one, to show where the doors kind of overlap. Again, I marked the middle already. So put this little guy right here. I'm going to turn him so I can see him a little bit better. All right, so now we got a little door, and the door looks just like the one that we have next to it, with the exception that we need a couple little door handles. Be a little bit creative. You can use anything you want to as door handles. I use basically, these are the church bells ringing. I use basically these, which are used for electrical wires. When you take electrical wire and you want to nail it down to a table or to a wall where they don't move. Make your little hole here. The trick to making this hole, and we're going to drill this hole out just a little bit to make it easier to put our handles in, is when you go to drill, if you're trying to drill on this, it's going to run all the way around. So take a nail, and I'm sure I got one here.
Make a starter hole.
Make a starter hole. So just make a little punch hole right here. That's going to tell you where the drill should go. Let's drill this one out just a tiny bit. There we go. Little pieces of electrical wire, nail down things. Get you an encourager. Encourager to go in. Do the same thing on this side. Now you tell me they're starting to look like twins. And that's what they're supposed to look like. The middle board right here is just called a separator. Sometimes when the bees are up here and they start making honey in the wax combs, they'll let that honey, like the wax combs, drip all the way down into the super. So if you put this in, it's got a hole in the middle where the bees can come in and out. The bees will not make that long cone.
The beard.
The beard, well, it's kind of like the beard,
Yeah.
except it's made out of wax on the inside, because it's harder to open this thing up and down. So that's where we put the separator. And then I took the separator and used the same little pieces of wood. I'm going to be baking thousands of these, by the way. And I just ribbed it all the way around. So what we're going to do next week, because it's going to take a little bit of time, is we're going to be starting to make the little pieces that rib here and rib on the side. So we'll go all the way around it. And I'll do most of it. And then when we come on air next time, I'll be glad to show you how to do that. Mel just reminded me one thing you want to do on your roof. Let's pull that back. Pull that back just a little bit, Mel. There you go. Right, one thing you want to do on your roof, because where these little two pieces of cedar shingle come together, possibly water could get down in here. You just kind of want to keep the hive nice and tight. So I usually caulk mine, and then take a couple little pieces of tin, bend them over, and just put it on the ridge. And what I do is take my staple gun, push it down tight against the ridge. And just overlap it a little bit. Push it down. There you go. And you can staple both sides, and of course you have to do that. And take those scissors that I talked to you about, and just give it a little dimension to it. Just cut off these tips. Because one thing, these little tips are really sharp now.
Yeah.
They will stick the heck out of you, so I just kind of trim that off. But it gives you another little architectural feature there. So look at us, guys. Now we got a beehive. Coming right along. How cute is that?
Nice.
It really is. It's turned out to be real sweet. So next time we're going to do the ribbing. I'm going to cut the ribs again out of this. All of this does take time, but when you finish with it, you'll have so much pride in it. And the bees will be happy, and believe me, if the bee's happy, it's going to make more honey for you, and that's the bottom day. So we've come a long way, huh?
Yeah.
Just making the finger joints and gluing them together, squaring them up, making a base, making a lid. Now we got the roof, now we got the top of the barn in here. We got the front doors on section number 2. Put those in, looking cute. We're going to make the bottom next time, and this is a wrap. Thank you very much. God bless you. This is Doc, our sweet camera person Jan, and Mel telling you to have a blessed day, and we'll see you next week.